Welch.
Thank you very much. Mr. Cooper, if the president's executive order were enforced, would that mean that Mr. Branco and his two brothers, 3 Marines, would not be citizens?
No, it wouldn't,
Why?
because the executive order is on its face prospective only.
Professor Frost?
Well, a couple of things about that. First is the executive order purports to interpret what the citizenship clause has always meant. It purports to say it's always meant this. It says it's restoring the original understanding of the citizenship clause. That clause has been on the books since 1868. So all of us would then be subject to scrutiny of our ancestry. And for those who had a parent who was temporarily present, or grandparent or great-grandparent, or who'd violated immigration law, maybe 3 generations in the past, everyone's citizenship would be suspect. And the administration recognizes that. They note that in their brief, and they ask the Supreme Court to apply the law prospectively only, but they recognize they're arguing for an interpretation that would unwind the citizenship of the nation.
That sounds like it would create an immense amount of uncertainty for people who are here, like Alejandro and his brothers who served in the Marines, as to legally what their status was, as opposed to they'd have to argue about it.
Yes, it would create uncertainty for all of these families, and not just people whose parents are immigrants. According to the Trump administration, and this is the memos that they've issued to implement their executive order, if it's to go into effect, everyone has to provide evidence of their citizenship or immigration status at the time of their child's birth, or their child is presumed not to be a citizen of the United States.
How would Alejandro deal with that if this were a few years ago?
It would be a nightmare for him and his family.
Mr. Schweitzer raised some alarming arguments about birth tourism and the surrogacy. Are those issues that could be addressed through legal means?
Yeah, so surrogacy should be regulated.
Right.
If it's not being regulated, and the California case he mentioned was a case of child abuse. By the way, I'll also add nothing in the executive order would have affected the children born to what was a green card holder in California through surrogacy. The executive order doesn't deal with that. That's a surrogacy problem, and it should be regulated through that.
All right, Mr. Branco, I want to come back to you because there's a part of me that thinks we're just missing the boat here when we're talking about citizenship as a legal status, because there's a lot of people who have unquestioned legal citizenship who have served our country way less than you. You do have legal citizenship, but your father would be affected by this. My view is that citizenship has to also include an affirmative commitment on the part of those of us who are citizens to live up to the aspirations of our Declaration of Independence. What did your dad say to you when you were telling him you were going to go to the Marines?
He always showed support, and he just told me he was proud of me and to go out there and do my best and do my thing as being an American.
And when you say do your thing as being an American, what does doing your thing mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think to me, that's what it means to be an American, to serve your country, to love your flag, love and respect it, and just do whatever it takes to protect that.
Well, I thank you very much. Professor Frost, I want you to just go through some of the other consequences that would affect people's situation if this executive order were enforced.
Yes, so first I just want to point out, because I think it's not clear to everyone when they discuss this issue, that the executive order denies citizenship not just to the children of undocumented immigrants or tourists, but also to the children of people that have been legally present in the United States for years, who are applying for green cards, who maybe receive a green card the day after the child is born. Doesn't matter. Under the executive order, that child is born a non-citizen, potentially stateless, denied all the benefits and privileges of citizenship, and theoretically deportable on day one of their life. And then every single American family having a child will now have to prove their status before that child is considered a citizen by the U.S. government. And that doesn't matter if they go back to the Mayflower. That's what everyone will have to prove going forward.
Okay, thank you very much. I yield back. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.